Respected chairpersons and conveners, thank you very much. By my own admission, I am neither a lawyer nor a medical legal expert. I have done research for this talk, and if I am wrong, please correct me. I have just tweaked the title a bit to make it a little more relevant. So this is about legislations which are relevant to medical legal cases and doctors in India. I'm going to be speaking about IPC 304A, Consumer Protection Act, the National Medical Council Bills, Clinical Establishment Act, Maharashtra Prevention of Violence Act against Doctors, and the Bombay Nursing Home Registration Act, all of which are relevant to clinical and orthopedic practice. The IPC 304A is essentially about culpable homicide not amounting to murder or not death caused by negligence. Now, there is a lot of literature on this, but I would like to read a landmark judgment in the Jacob Matthew versus the State of Punjab case, where the Honorable Supreme Court has succinctly stated in the following words, which is very heartening to the doctors, is that in the law of negligence, professionals such as lawyers, doctors, architects, and others are included in the category of persons professing some special skills. Doctors, like lawyers, cannot assure their clients of the results. A physician cannot assure the patient of a full recovery in a case. A surgeon, similarly, cannot and does not guarantee that the result of surgery would invariably be beneficial, much less to the extent of 100% for a person operated upon. They also go to say that judged by his standard, a professional may be held liable for negligence on one of the two findings. Either he does not possess the requisite skills which he is professed of, or he did not exercise with reasonable competence in the given case the skill which he possesses. It also goes on to say, and which is very heartening, is that it is not necessary that every professional should possess the highest level of expertise in that branch which he practices. The next act I'm going to be speaking about is the Consumer Protection Act, which came up in 1986 and later amended in 2019. And what the changes are essentially, what is a positive change is that there is a Central Consumer Protection Authority. But however, there are certain questions which make me uncomfortable, wherein a complainant can file a case in a consumer court where he resides and not necessarily where the surgeon resides. The consumer can seek compensation for harm caused by product or service. Then in a district level, the compensation can go up to 1 crore. In the state, it can go up to 10 crore. And in the national level tribunal, it can go even above 10 crore. And it also is relevant to e-commerce, and probably what we are advertising or professing on various social media platforms can be interpreted as e-commerce as well. The next bill I'm going to be speaking about is the National Medical Commission, the NMC Act. Now, there are a few things which do make us a little uncomfortable, and this is regarding opening the floodgates of PG seats in modern medicine to Ayush graduates, allowing Ayush graduates to register in modern medicine and license to practice, allowing foreign medical graduates to practice in India by abolishing the screening test, also gets in a lot of non-medical people on boards like advocates, chartered accountants, and social activists, restricts the voting rights of doctors in India, and most importantly, the universities, the medical universities have no representation in the commission. And hence, these are things which make us uncomfortable. The next is the Clinical Establishment Act. Now, this is not a central act, but every state can have their version of this act. And one of the special acts in West Bengal actually fines for non-registration of clinical establishment, whereas in Karnataka, it can even lead you into jail if you do not register your institution. Also, they say that you should have fixed rates, including investigations, beds, OT procedures, implants, and ICU. And if you have an emergency patient, you cannot charge him, specifically if he's a part of a road accident. And if the patient does not have money, you need to let the patient go. The next act is the Bombay Nursing Homes Registration Act. Again, a few things which make us a little uncomfortable, wherein the firefighting equipments, which are of course essential, but to get these permissions, and my seniors here would tell you, is not easy. You need a consulting room of 140 square foot, which in the city of Bombay is nothing but a dream. You need at least one MBBS doctor on duty in your nursing home. If you have an ICU, you need a physician on duty. And if you have a surgical ICU, you need a surgeon on duty. No patient shall be detained by the hospital for non-payment of bills, and each time you must give a detail of the entire illness, proposed care, expected results, complications and costs to the patients and to the relatives. The last act I'm going to be speaking about is protection and safety of doctors. Herein, any damage or violence against medical professionals, doctors, nurses, medical students, hospital attendants, or their properties or institutions, including destruction of bed, burning of ambulances, smashing of medical stores, is punishable by the law with an imprisonment of up to 3 years and a fine of only 50,000 rupees. And though this is quite heartening, but we really feel that the legislation has to be stronger than this. So to end my talk about doctors and law and the legislations which govern us or the legislations which are relevant to us, the questions which I put to the panel, to the seniors, and even to the conveners and the chairpersons is, are we adequately protected? What can we do to prevent legal liabilities? And is it fair to say that we may have to adopt and practice defensive orthopedics in the future? Thank you very much.